gonna still be able to do his things quite easily, at least.
Never sure with sometimes how these interactions work, but smoke's coming out from both teams, most likely just wanting to drop that vision right away. And of course, they have the annoying problem of playing with a Zeus, which means that MAMUTEROS are probably not going to keep many wards up very often.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of extra dewarding help. You do see wards being dropped here bottom. He did run in with the Caudal and break the smoke there, so perhaps he has a clue that they did drop a ward. I'm not sure if he saw it or not.
I don't think so. I feel like we would have seen pings.
Yeah, he didn't ping at all, so, you know, most likely not. He has 2 sentries as well, and he didn't try to get a D ward there, so probably didn't spot it.
Ventez Mars, though, he's quite good with the Zero. It'll be fun to watch him.
This ward top is disgusting. This is Weaver just wants to do one thing, and it's disgusting. It's the cargo. It's the DHL delivery. He wants to go for it.
I feel like if I recall, Dismar is like a courier assassin. He's very good at this.
Yeah. I mean, it's a fantastic hero to kill couriers with. You have the Geminate attack, so it's essentially just one hit for him.
And so it begins. The voodoo.
Voodoo Festoration is here.
Festoration. I always want to call it like with an N in there, and I'm like, there is none. I don't know why. All right. So the double melee lane in this bottom lane for Demon and Oscar. You think this is going to be a bit rough, yeah?
Yeah, it could be. I'm not sure how much +5 Caudal is going to bother them, but the Ursa, you need to overrun him with a lot of Iron Shells here, and that's what they're doing for the first creep wave. Double Iron Shell and trying to keep him away. But yeah, generally Ursa does really well against these melee matchups.
And for those of you just joining us, you may notice that the ticker on the top shows that NoPing has won game number 1. MAMUTEROS lost game number 1 because of the fact that they did not have all of their players here in a timely manner. Although, do get Panda just a quick little courier snipe. First courier snipe, believe it or not, considering that we have this Weaver here. But that is going to make it so he loses out on that extra blood grenade. Why not?
Here we see shenanigans happening. The Spirit Breaker pulling the creeps. Yeah, he gets his curse snipe on the Weaver. But Spirit Breaker pulling the creeps behind here. He's trying to connect half the creep wave. He does it perfectly. He doesn't want the entire creep wave. This way, he splits the wave, and they can keep this here.
This is an interesting way to kind of deal with this, the Witch Doctor, right? Because you've taken away some of his resources by taking out his courier, so he is going to have to play a little bit more carefully in terms of his resources.
Yeah, he's kind of low mana as well. He has a magic stick against the Weaver, but it's nice to have a hero like Weaver who has so high mobility, because the real danger of Witch Doctor is that he just slowly runs at you and burns you down with that 30 DPS. But
his
Weaver,
Radiance, yes?
Yeah, exactly. It's basically Radiance. But Weaver can just leave. He can just use his Shukuchi and he's fine. So it is probably one of the best support heroes against Witch Doctor, I would say.
Do have a little bit of a pause. Hopefully we can get the ball rolling again soon. But wouldn't be the South American qualifiers without it, right? Yeah. There's always a pause.
This time it's from NoPing, though, not the team that was late. So, at least we waited.
In all things.
Yeah, we waited plenty for MAMUTEROS already. Now we get to wait for NoPing a little bit. It's their time.
So which lane really has to pop off for the side of NoPing here?
I think they need to have really big impact on top lane, and so far it's working out. They're 6-1 on the Lifestealer against the 2-1 Mars, so Mars not having an easy time fighting for CS here. But I think that's the lane they really need to win. Bottom lane, just get what you can, get your levels, and mid is mid. It's what you expect. Pango versus Zeus, nothing fancy to talk about.
Oh, Chan, you're sitting a little low there, friend. Be careful. Respond, though. Just put some harass over onto Benhas. Demon continues his shenanigans here, but only manages to kind of pull over a couple.
He's just trying to help not have a static lane against the Ursa here. If they get a few levels on the Iron Shell, then the lane becomes easier for Darkseer as well.
Sebas just got his bottle delivered. Of course, the water runes are up. It's just going to be an even split, looks like, for both these mid laners.
Yep. Both of them gonna get bottle refills. They both got it in time, so even Steven CS 11 and 1 for both of them.
That's a phrase I haven't heard in a while. Even Stevens.
Even Stevens. It's quite common on the mid lane that it goes that way. Another courier
snipe. Yeah. It's up to 2 now for Dismar. Only 1 for Panda.
Yeah, that's a lot of gold actually for the team, though. The fact that 3 courier snipes in 2 minutes for the team, it adds up. Extra CS coming in.
I'm curious. So, like, in the previous matches that we've seen, they put a lot of pressure. Not this team, obviously. This is the first time they're playing him. But it seems like the name of the game is really try to just shut HFN down.
Yeah, that's what we saw.
Does have to be careful. He's taking a lot of damage, but the first blood will go over to Benhaz.
Big bonk there coming in with the God's Rebuke. Nice amount of damage after the bugs already minus armored him. So you're really amping up a little bit the combination in the lane there.
Yeah. Did he get... Yeah, Dismar getting that XP right beforehand too, because they got Sean first.
Yeah, always nice getting something. Bottom lane now going on Ursa for the first time, trying to do some damage to him, but Kodo is around, ready to help. He does have Blinding Light ready to skill up if he wants to. He hasn't skilled up Chakra yet. Blinding Light very good to push them away.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like, oh, well, there goes his boots.
That one karate punch to the face for that courier.
There we go. There's the first courier snipe for the side of NoPing. And while this is happening, Dismar finding another kill on Chan top. Benzes has to be a little bit careful. Does have that Maledict on him, but fairly tanky again. We see that double bracer that the offlaners are tending to favor.
Yeah, he's struggling a bit here. The Weaver giving him a lot of a headache for Witch Doctor, and now it's going to be Weaver actually stealing the pull on the big camp here to pull it towards his own creeps. So both teams were trying to use this pull, and because of Witch Doctor dying, it's going to be Radiant getting advantage here.
Aside from all the courier snipes, it feels pretty calm though for this beginning game between the two of them.
Yeah, it is a walk of shame for the Witch Doctor though, back to top lane, so his game feeling a little bit rough. Yeah, solo smoking out to lane. That's usually a core move. Don't really see supports doing that so often. That's -1 smoke.
This is just because it's very important that he gets here to support HFN so he can hit the creeps, or...
Yeah, he didn't want to leave his Lifestealer alone. I honestly think Lifestealer would have been fine. He wasn't harassed at all while he was alone, so the smoke may be a little bit of a, an overplay, let's say. You paid money and took away something you could use in mid-game instead.
Seeing some nice stacking come down here for Panda. He's got these multiple camps ready for his Ursa, or for himself if he chooses to go for it. Most likely, though, for his core. And a very selfless support.
Picking up the creeps again, taking them for a little stroll into the forest here. Bringing them to Oscar to farm in a safe location. And we'll see if Witch Doctor can keep his positioning a little bit safer now. That top lane has been very, very dangerous for him to step out at all. Because they're quick to go on him.
Do you think it would be worth it to take a value point just in the paralyzing cast to help for survivability, or...?
I actually don't think so if you go for the facet that he went for. I think Maledict Max is what people have been doing a lot, and it works.
Mid lane, Osito, he's already got the Rolling Thunder up. He's gonna roll right past Sebas here, get himself the Arcane Rune, and roll himself away to safety, so...
Nice, he gets the Power Rune, so he'll be happy, and Zeus wishes he had a refill as well, but there's nothing for him to drink as Dismar coming in, stealing that Bounty Rune away.
Oh, and another courier. At least this time the courier was able to deliver the package first.
Yeah, got it on the return trip.
Oh, it looks like they're tri-laning top right now, too.
Yeah, they want to get a kill on the Mars before he hits level 6. They have a catapult wave pushing on the tower, but maybe with Zeus ulti they can do this. Have that bonus.
Maybe. Good spear away on Demon. Dismar's nearby. Teleports are coming out too. They don't want to allow them to do this. They've got the bugs. It's a decent amount of damage. Oh my goodness. With the return run here of Panda, they'll be able to take down 2 HFN. Would like a little bit more. Would like to get this Wisdom Rune, and he does manage to get it, but he's going to end up having to jump into a creep. Try to run himself out. The tower, though, the damage is there.
That was a nice try. He got level 6 from taking the Wisdom Rune, infested into the one creep that followed along there, and then tried to run away. Nice attempt, but I think the moment that spear disconnects the Charge of Darkness, you gotta think twice about diving like that. That was a very deep dive. Very satisfying blinding light or illuminate coming in there, just blasting people.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna get both of them there, but only got one, and then his teammate grabbed the other one. Either way, 2 killed.
Good start here for Radiant, having a nice amount of fights going their way, and all those couriers as well. But this is just Witch Doctor maximizing the value of his Gris. All right, that's all. He's getting already 253 gold in that. Wow. Sure, it's gold he could have had. Yeah.
Sita. Hit with the Maledict, but no follow-up yet.
Gets the rune, gets out. Yeah, I'm always gonna call it Gris because for me, you know, this is pig in Swedish, and this is a piggy bank. It effectively is. So it's just piggy for me.
Oh, that's funny. I did not realize that was pig.
I definitely don't think it's referring to being Swedish,
No.
but you know, it makes sense. I smashed a piggy bank when you cracked that thing. So
I think the Islanders definitely. I don't think they ran into too many Swedes down in the Caribbean.
Not famously Scandinavian, no.
But I like it. I like the fact that we have this little nugget of wisdom here.
Now you know it's a piggy bank.
Now I know. Yeah. Can't say I ran into that when I was doing my Swedish Duolingo.
No piggy bank translations?
No, unfortunately. We'll charge over onto Osito. The Spar's here, but I'm just gonna push him back.
Yeah. Gonna have to be a little bit careful here. He actually checked for a ward there as well. That little move by Weaver, walking in. He didn't get hit by the tower, so he knows that there's no cliff ward on the high ground there, but there's a cliff ward right next to it. So he's checking for how aggressive he can play.
He's getting quite aggressive against Demon. Does have the charge though if he needs to get out. But that's just gonna open up this tower for them to take if needed. Although Chan nearby, Sebas too. Try to nuke down this Weaver a little bit. They've got some vision.
Holding the ulti. Oh, too early. He used ulti and Shikuchi wasn't over yet, so he didn't get the kill on the Weaver.
Oh, Rolling Thunder onto Chan. Want to just get rid of this Witch Doctor. He's in a perfect position to pinball himself around.
More value. Okay, Moxie, more value. He's adding so much gold to that piggy bank.
Ooh, Sebas, he's gone pretty far over where he wants Panda. Demon will be able to be the one who cleans up. Oscar is here, drops the wall. Osito needs to be a bit careful. So he goes with the swashbuckle. Should be able to finish off Sebas. Can they get more though? Can they go after Demon? Venta slowed down so much, and they've already used an earn charge here.
Oh,
maybe just a little bit more damage, and there it is.
Wow. That was a really nice turnaround for Pango. Getting the triple hero shield crash just gave him so much barrier. No way to kill him anymore. Turns around that fight very easily. And a little bit of a mistake there at the start of the fight for the Zeus as well, before it all went down. Using the ulti right before Shikuchi ended, so then of course it doesn't hit.
It was very close. Very close.
And top tower. We focused a lot on mid, and so did the players. That means that it was a happy boy on HFN just hitting that tower top.
I feel like our cores on either side of the teams, like they're both just being allowed to hit creeps.
Yeah.
And it definitely, HFN, especially after the other match he had yesterday, where they were just running at him constantly. It's got to feel good to be able to just, take objectives, hit creeps, not have to worry about anyone showing up in their lane to pressure you.
He's having a great start, and I would be concerned if I was him against an Ursa free farming as well, because Ursa matches pretty well against the Lifestealer. But the fact that he took tower now, it kind of gives him that one up on the Ursa, who hasn't done the same thing yet. But yeah, 5 on mid.
Lump over onto Demon. He does have charge. Opts not to use it though, so he'll end up falling.
The chakra is really nice to give over to Pango as well. You reset the swashbuckle and the shield crash very effectively. So
good.
Maxing out the chakra, Panda, showing us how to play the POS 5 a Caudle that really nobody else is playing right now, I feel. So showing a bit of understanding here.
I've always been a big Panda fan. I like watching him play. Seems like he has a very self-sacrificing sort of support style.
Yeah, that's
like,
what I remember.
Not super greedy.
Yeah, I remember from when he used to call himself Panda Moo, and I remember he was definitely trying to enable his teammates as much as possible. True support.
Swarm not quite connected, but this one is just being very annoying here off to the side. Time lapse. Nice swashbuckle onto 2. Drops down the shield crash. Oscar making his way over though. So just so much going on here in this mid lane. They really want this tower. They're gonna see the teleports come out. Osito, he's got the rolling thunder. Was trying to use it, but no, he's gonna end up falling here.
Oh, nice.
And perhaps they get this far too. They've got the dust, they've got the vacuum, they've got the damage.
Just pushing themselves a little bit too aggressively on the tower there. Just the 2 of them.
3 HP on this tower, Waga.
Yeah, probably worth a deny here, as you know, Weaver or Pango will just run in and get it. And see if they get rid of it now or if they just use it to bait. No deny yet. Faking it. They're definitely, definitely should do it. Zeus can TP anywhere else as well and join in. We already have a relic up on Lifestealer.
Bad boy Chan, you gotta restart your camera, homie.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to see your beautiful face. But I would like to see I have not seen an Arena of Blood. I want to see that. And he's getting so close now to finishing this Blink Dagger. I think that that's got to be coming up soon.
Yeah, I think this game, it's like the calm before the storm right now. We see a little bit of skirmish mid, but it's very low investment, at least from Radiant so far. Just Weaver and Pango playing alone. But we will see everything start picking up in pace once the Blink Dagger comes in on Ursa. He has 600 gold, needs quite a bit more, but once he gets that, he's definitely going to get involved. And of course, the Mars 200 golds, that will be the first timing.
I feel like MAMUTEROS comes online a little bit faster than this draft of NoPing. Not by much. Like, it feels like NoPing is definitely... They're good for, like, pickoffs, right? Because you have that Zeus global presence. You've got a Spirit Breaker who can chase across the map. But I feel like maybe MAMUTEROS with the Arena and the Pango especially, like, they have really good team fight to start pushing those objectives as a team as 5.
No, I agree. And I think the timing is, like you said, a little bit more delayed perhaps. With the Radiance, they can start doing stuff with the Lifestealer, but, you know, so far, the Darkseer, he has his Greaves. It's a nice team fight item, but it doesn't come in as a significant swing, like suddenly we're starting to gank because of the Greaves so much. It's just going to be continuation of the game as it is. Meanwhile, we're probably going to see MAMUTEROS just activate more.
Yeah, and I think the other thing to keep in mind that's very, very valuable is that the Keeper of the Light went for the recall facet, which means that, you know, we've got Salulis down here. He's farming. He can be farming really anywhere, and Panda's like, all right, we're having a fight. Come on up. Like, you can just recall him so easily. Like, that's going to make a huge impact, I think, on the way that he farms and also is just actively participating.
Yeah, I definitely expect him to be, you know, brought into these fights by the Caudle, and that can really catch you off guard. You're like, oh, Ursa is pushing on the side, you know, he's nowhere close, and suddenly he just blinks you from Fog of War, you know, from a smoke of the Caudle or something. We'll see what they can do with this. They definitely have great heroes to just rush in and get on that backline, and that's what you want against the Zeus, which NoPing are playing, like Zeus, Witch Doctor. These heroes, if you have the right mobility to get in there, it can be a good way to counter them. And
also on the plus side, I like the mobility. Don't forget that you get the move speed bonus with the recall, and again, you can alt cast, you can teleport Keeper of the Light to the ally. Don't forget with this recall, so it's a little bit different than what people remember from back in the day. I've
not seen a single Caudle since the patch, to be honest, so I completely forgot that they made it. Yeah, in all the games I've played, and I play quite a lot, I don't think I've seen a single Caudle, so I haven't seen the alt cast, but that's very interesting. It's like Travels level 2.
Yeah, it's very cool. So, like, you know, if you have a problem with the split pushing AM or something, if you can just push those waves out and then just rejoin the rest of the team. Pretty valuable.
Yeah, it might be a bit slept on, that ability, honestly.
Well, we're telling you now. We're the first ones to tell you.
Yeah, you do get
Don't sleep on this ability.
You do get a big trade-off though, losing the solar bind. You know, that's what all the mid coddles are
True.
all about. The solar bind is a super frustrating spell to have on you. So, but this is a different playstyle.
Yeah, as we said, you know, this is a very self-sacrificing support player. So getting those bugs drop down on the Roche. Our first one at about 14 minutes into the game. Lightstone makes short work of it, and it's going to be Osito who grabs the Aegis. So
great timing.
What do we have? That blink dagger? Yeah, we've got the blink on Bentaz. I would not be surprised if we see a smoke and an attack.
Yeah, probably we'll see that. We saw a 1-for-1 on the Wisdom rune, so nothing particular happening there. Darkseer farming up some ancient camps as well with this Iron Shell. And Deep Vision being planted by NoPing, looking like they want to keep an eye on the opponent's ancients too.
I love how Dismar plays this Weaver. I love how he's just so annoying.
Yeah, always in there, always in the enemy faces. Very pesky.
Reminds me a little of the way that Schofield plays. Although Schofield sometimes takes it too far with his throwing his body at the enemy.
you gotta really, you know, tell that
There's a
line.
balance.
Yeah. It's how you have to play that hero. Just find exactly your limit. Mid, a lot of damage onto the Pango. He shows for a second, and the Phylactery Zeus slaps 2 nukes on him.
Working on that Sanj for Osito. Again, like, I feel like they're being quite passive on the side of MAMUTEROS.
NoPing, drop a
and I feel
ward.
like-
They want Ursa.
Yeah, I mean, they might be able to grab him here. Yeah, Demon immediately following up. Plus that, there it is. There's our first arena. And look at this Ursa. He's doing so much damage. He just rips apart two. Ends up falling. But they managed to get a couple hits here. As now Van has, okay, push back. Followed up with the Eliminate, trying to keep people healthy, trying to also nuke them down. And now the follow-up on Sebas. They've got the blood grenade. They also have that infested Cardi they have to be careful of because it's rolling around like mad. There'd be a buyback on the Spear Breaker. They don't want to end up losing Sebas here. And they do end up losing him, but they get a kill on the way out. So now Osito does not have that swashbuckle to get himself out of the bad situation. He's gonna try to get... No, he get the bash! He's stuck up high! Doesn't have that teleport available any longer. He's trying to hide over in the corner with that Voodoo Festration, plus HFN with the Radiance will ensure that they get the Aegis. And now, I don't know if he's gonna be able to. They've got more TPs coming. Osito's in a very awkward position. He's gonna try to run away, little piggy. Run away, but this is not looking good for this Pangoliers. They're just gonna chase him down. He puts up a good fight, but there it is.
Dear Lord, he took a long time to kill twice though because of the barriers that he was getting there, but still an amazing fight. It doesn't look like it, but that was a team wipe. NoPing, they finally brought down the angle. It was a little bit late. Huddle, I don't know if he just didn't realize Lifesteal was there or if he was that committed to going that aggressively, because Lifesteal was just sitting in the Cardi right next to him like, yeah, stay there, buddy. I'll kill you in a second.
Very possible. I mean, they had an Aegis, they had a Blink Mars. I'm surprised that they didn't get aggressive on that and that they let them just jump into them.
They wanted to finish the Blink on Ursa, right? He was 50 gold off when they went on him.
That's it.
So that was the big timing. They did at least get a lot before Ursa died, so he bought out the Blink and he got the kills. So it didn't really hurt Ursa's game. In fact, it may have helped him. His net worth is really high now. But yeah, you would ideally want to have your Ursa to bring down the Lifestealer later on, because if you don't have Ursa, you don't kill Lifestealer, I feel like, on Radiance. Like, Weaver isn't gonna do it, Pango doesn't do it.
They're converging over towards this mid lane. Possibly going to run into Sebastian, but they have a nice ward here on the side. So they see Panda making his way over.
Recall in. Pango's here.
Coming into the fight. Does getting into position, goes for that arena, but they've already blown up Dismar. Thunder God's Wrath coming into play too, as they should be able to do enough damage to take down Oscar. And the roll on out Autobots. This Ursa does not like the way that he is getting hit around, but Flying Light, no, they'll end up losing Ursa, and now they will end up losing Chan. Osito's still alive. Dismar poking away, Panda handling up the Eliminate. Needs one more hit. They've got it. They'll take out Demon as HFN running away now. Almost a full team wipe for NoPing.
Yeah, they did force out a buyback, I guess, or force out, but you know, Weaver did use his buyback, I suppose. Very, very messy fight, pretty costly there again. And while Lifestealer does live, that was a lot of kills fed away, and we saw the arena come in to big effect there. Really nice catch immediately.
It's sometimes hard to remember the fact that they cannot see inside there. Like,
Yeah.
we have God mode, we see everything, but
Yeah.
the other team, they cannot see inside.
They used the rage to go into the arena. So you see how it catches two heroes. Lifestealer's like,
Yeah.
oh, I should go in here and help. So he actually runs in and starts fighting off the opponents. But, you know, it's too late. The damage was done. Two teammates already dead.
That Thunder God's Wrath did so much damage there. I was thinking, like...
Oh, it's because he was so close to everything. The live wire, you know, he does more damage when he's close to enemies
Right,
now.
right.
So if he's right in the middle of the fray and pops an ulti, he just shreds people with a
Spooky
ulti.
stuff. Spooky stuff. I'm surprised it went as well as it did for the side of MAMUTEROS, because they were like right underneath a ward. Like, they saw them coming.
Yeah, they even got the charge onto the Weaver immediately and bursted onto him. But I
Yeah.
think Weaver is a hero they're okay losing. It would be worse if they lost like Ursa or Mars immediately, or Pango even. So yeah, it worked out pretty well because of the Infest charge being on a pretty low priority hero.
Yeah. He's a cucaracha, right? He's
Yeah.
a cockroach.
Indeed.
He's a cockroach. He's just annoying and keeps coming back to life, and it's okay to lose him. He'll come back.
We see a charge towards top here.
Charge with a Lifestealer bomb. This is a very susceptible panda. And I don't think he can really show on the map alone at this point.
I like that they're enabling these Lifestealer bombs early, like getting with the Infest bombs early is... Oh, mid? The
Yeah, Tom's
Haster and
thinking
Witch
about
Doctor.
it.
Having ideas. Still hasn't cracked his neutral, by the
See,
way.
it's a little bit deep of a dive here. Even drop the wall. While they're really committing, they want to give it to this Pangolier, and they get it. They find it. So this mid tower belongs to the side of NoPing.
These aggressive moves are working out fantastic for them. Might
That's
even
what we wanted to see.
Might even see HBang go for an early Agatem Scepter this game, just for more infests, lower the cooldown, so he can, you know, charge around more, or even use it to disarm the Ursa. We get double Wisdom Rune too. Big win for them.
Yeah. I feel like the Ags on Lifestealer is so gross. I mean, there's a lot of things that are gross in Dota, but just like to have a creature inside of you, like eating you from the inside out, like, ugh. Don't like it. Just thinking about it, ugh.
Their draft is missing a Pudge as well, and then they could do the meme of Pudge,
Right.
Lifestealer, and Witch Doctor.
Right.
Go for the full AoE damage build.
Can hear that
Recall.
recall going out. Just going back to his core, though.
Ring ring. It's free farm calling. Calling down to bottom.
Oh, that's a good voice line, dude. You should do next time you get a voice line, you should definitely use that. Ring ring.
Yeah. I mean, he's happily farming away on Ursa now, but he does need Basher in this game, I feel. He needs to be able to stop the Lifestealer, stop the mobility of heroes here, and he's working away. Well, his team, though, going aggressive.
The Invis Rune over on that top spot. Waiting very patiently. No one's showing, though. So they're hoping someone was going to approach this way. Vosito leading the charge. Tismar close behind him. They're sitting on the high ground. They must anticipate that something's about to happen.
Definitely.
Still have the Invis Rune. Got vision. Look at the way they're moving. All right, they're going to go grab Sebas. They just want to get rid of the Zeus as fast as possible, so he's not available for this fight. They drop the wall in, but not able to do too much. Again, those Infest bombs, so they have their eyes on Panda. They know they've got to get rid of him. He uses the mech, uses the dust, uses everything, and Panda still will end up falling. They've already lost Chan on the back lines here. Demon a little bit separate now as the Rolling Thunder coming on through. It's hugging the tower pretty tight.
Invincibility. He's fine.
Yeah.
No dust, no problem. He gets out safely. I think NoPing probably have to be happy with that fight, considering how bad it started. Getting your Zeus immediately killed, you know, getting a 1-1 trade after that is fine. But yeah, nice move still. They found the perfect target. Benjaz has been really on point with these arenas.
He's an excellent Mars player. He always has been. It's been interesting to see like that they dropped the Oscar dropped the wall into the arena, not having any vision, but just assuming like I don't know how many are in there, but we're gonna try it.
I mean, it's one way for him to get his own vision. If he drops the wall in there, he
true.
can actually see stuff. So.
Well, they're in Fest Bomb. They're going for Ursa. He's got that blink. He's got a BKB too, which I'm sure he wants to hold on to, not have to use. But oh, there's just too much burst damage. Goodness.
Out of nowhere, you know, the Zeus ulti on top of it as well to ensure no ulti for the Ursa coming out. And he's going Lincolns. He changed his mind immediately after that. He's like, you know what? It's not Basher I need, it's Lincolns. These charges, you know, it's not okay to be Ursa and fear getting one shot like that.
I mean, no one is safe on this map when you have that sort of mass damage. Cosito here rolling back and forth over on Sebes. Does have to be careful, though. Has a charge thrown on him. Desmar waiting. He's got a Yules. He's gonna just throw out that Spirit Vessel. And there it is. There's the Illuminate coming in from Panda. He's got the Glimmer Cape. He's trying to just get himself some distance. It's pretty difficult, though, because HFN just hot on his heels. They've got the dust. They'll dust up the Weaver. They've dusted up Panda, so even if he had the Glimmer Cape available, not going to be really useful for him. But now Demon separated from HFN. So still chasing after Panda, but not going to be successful. HFN will be allowed to live today, thanks to Demon's sacrifice.
He's going to be fine on Lifestealer, still happily farming away. Not a very good fight for them, though. MAMUTEROS again striking and, you know, finding that Zeus. They really got his number this game. 5 deaths. And, yeah, it's even when he thought he was safe, he had a shield rune ready. There's Dismar with that Yule Scepter, you know, the Dispel available coming in.
They know that they're headed to Roche. They got a scan going and everything. The question is, do you take a fight? I guess, okay, so they don't have Rolling Thunder for another 15 seconds because you don't want to take a fight in the Roche pit when the Pango's got that up. 10 more seconds on it. HFN coming forward first. He's going to get spotted. He's going to move his way over there. Too late, though. They've already got the Aegis on the Earth, so they've got cheese on Osito. Now they just have to run. They drop a ward, wanting to make sure that they can keep vision. And he jumps and wants to bluff Chan. We'll be able to find it. Wall gets dropped with a beautiful arena, capturing multiples in here. This is looking scary. They're getting that Aegis on the Ursa. But he's coming back up again as they see Sebas. They want to remove this Zeus. He does so much nuke damage. They'll chase him down, get the kill. They end up going back around Demon. He's infested. He's like, I gotta get you out of here, Mr. President. Goodbye. We don't know this Oscar guy. He's just gonna get left behind. Doesn't connect on the swashbuckle. He's gonna use his Shivas, and there's gonna be the follow, a little bit of a surge. Can he make it out is the question. They're trying to cut off all of his entries and exits. They need something to cancel his TP, and they just do not have it.
Whew. He gets out. Pretty nice escape for them still, but like every single fight, the Zeus is dead, you know? He is the main target for them, and they did spend the Aegis in that fight, but they kept the cheese alive even, so really, really good fight for MAMUTEROS still. Just building on their advantage. Here comes a charge.
They don't have the Zeus up just yet to add that extra, but... Right, he's gonna try to fight. The TPs are coming out. Osito's here. Still chasing after this. He's got the cheese though. So looks like he's going to survive. Osito, the Rolling Thunder, or trying to roll his way away rather. Looks like he's going to be alright, but Dismar, perhaps he's gone a bit too far. Does have himself the Yules though. He's gonna try to run out. A good vacuum back into place. We'll grab him and Ben has. And now Osito, there it is. There's the actual roll through as he's kind of getting caught in this corner. This is looking a little bit suspect. You can see Panda trying to put out the Illuminates, trying to get out these heals. A good spear, but not good enough to save their Pangolier.
Yeah, just can't really fight that. The Ursa ran back to base, got recalled back into the fight, but things already went south too much. You need to connect at the same time. The Ursa and the Mars jumping somebody. And good fight for NoPing. They needed this. They were falling a little bit too far behind, but now on the back of HFN being so strong, they can actually man fight really, really well. Also, he's changed his mind again on the Ursa. He's going for an MKB instead. So, not going for the Lincoln Sphere.
How do you feel about that? Do you like this choice? Does he need to be more defensive or more aggressive? Because that seems to be the question he's got.
I guess it's really good against Lifestealer's Radiance. You know, it's hard to trade. He wants to be able to win the man fight against Lifestealer. That's the mentality. And without Radiant or without MKB, he probably doesn't. It seems scary though. No Lincolns in this game means those ganks can come in any moment.
Didn't quite manage to get the dust onto Demon. They were plotting pretty hard there. Maybe baiting Panda a little bit as well. There's the MKB though. It's completed for Ursa. So if he can stay alive to fight, he's going to be doing some massive damage, but that's the question. Can he stay alive for the big fight and not get picked off early with a lifesteal infest bomb plus Zeus's ult?
Yeah, it's, you know, it's dangerous for him to even show and split push bottom. Meanwhile, Lifestealer, no fear in the world. He doesn't have Aegis or anything, but it doesn't matter. He just hits into this tier 2 tower. Meanwhile, they're running after this Weaver. He's charged.
Uses the Yules offensively here. Panda making his way over. Dismark just gets blown up.
He dies in 3 nukes from Zeus. Just full HP gone.
They bring the Ursa up here. I don't know if you want to do this. Nice vacuum into the wall. Panda's getting sliced into pieces. I think Ursa is not happy with this. He's going to try to man-fight HFN. He's going to please bash. He's continue. There's just so much being thrown on top of him with all 5 heroes here. He just could not do it. I'm not sure if that was the recall that was needed there.
Yeah, that was a little bit grief, I feel.
Costly.
Yeah, because they didn't have any other core there. The Mars wasn't there. The Pango wasn't there. This is just 2 supports feeding and bringing the Ursa in to join on the feast. It's, you know, not really what you want to have happen.
No. They'll take themselves the Radiant Tormentor.
Yeah, gonna be invading here and get as much value as they can. It's 40 seconds, no Ursa is very good green light for them to do whatever they want.
Yeah, Demon's happy he's got that extra increase of this Charge of Darkness speed. Just feeling very, very strong right now on the side of NoPing.
Yeah, not gonna high ground yet as well. They need the Aegis, of course, but Lifestealer is getting ridiculously big at this point. Even that HP is building up. 650 bonus HP from Corpse Eater right now. This facet is so nice.
It feels really strong.
It's one of the best ones. It's definitely one of the best in the entire game. Because, you know, no matter how the game plays, you're eventually just going to have a lot of HP. It's not uncommon to see lifestealers with like 5,000-6,000 HP nowadays, even without building a heart.
We'll say the saving grace from MAMUTEROS right now is that the high ground that they have for defense is quite good, right? You've got the Illuminate, you've got ways to clear it out using your Pangolier, using your Mars. Whatever you need.
They have good spam. Yeah, really good nukes for the high ground. The problem is, though, they need to get back out there and contest things and be active. Yeah. Mars is saving up for a Hex, by the way, so he has big hopes for a key item to help against this Lifestealer. But he still needs to get, you know, 2,000 more golds.
I have to say, Oscar has been on point with his positioning for a lot of this. He doesn't have a blink or anything like that. He's just running in, finding these vacuums.
Yeah, and he didn't take the most common facet as well. He went with a quick wit, so he gets an attack speed increase from int. More commonly, we see the heat of battle, where he gets movement speed for every hero nearby. But yeah, he's in there punching. Pango, got delivery for you.
Yeah, it's tanky enough, but it's a lot of burst damage. Plus, with that Nimbus, just too much for someone who doesn't have a BKB.
Yeah,
I don't even know if he'd be able to hit it at that point, honestly, though, with the amount he was getting bounced around.
Yeah.
And the charge is coming. They've got a ward there, too. It's like, nice. Uses the Eliminate to keep himself healthy.
Oh, this is just shoving all of them back into their base, though. Ursa, Mars, and Caudle all are so far back. Weaver is doing some split pushing top, but he has to be so cautious about it as well. Very dominant control on the map right now by NoPing.
Oh boy, that is just gonna be a very bloodied bear. I don't know if he makes it out of here.
He's not even clicking the BKB.
Good. He's trying to just run. He's trying to make as much space as possible. Maybe he can teleport out. They're not giving up this chase. Oh no, looks like he's gonna be able to go. They've turned their attention to Panda, and they just don't have the detection for him. So both of them, surprisingly, survived this onslaught.
I don't know what's crazier to me, the fact that he lived or the fact that he didn't even use his BKB throughout all that. He was like, nah, we're good. I'm just gonna run. He did have the shard, and he got chakra from Coddle there. So he kept hopping with a Earth Shock, applying more and more enrage to himself. Definitely helped him out. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, little bug.
Yeah, especially with having the Nimbus now, it's so hard to stay alive and do like split pushing. You can't show on the map.
Just squashed. Yeah, it's very good for enabling the charge to come in as well. You can now Nimbus to spot people, and of course would be great to have against the Ursa there when you run away. Mars still needs his Hex. He's still a few hundred gold away. He's at 4.8 right now. Needs 400 gold.
The charge is on. They see themselves a bear. He's got to get out of there. Luckily, not an infest bomb, so... You can see he's trying to get the space, get the recall. Yeah, he's out of there.
Yeah. No teleport across the world for a Spirit Breaker ulti.
They're a little late with that Nimbus, I think, too. But they've got the Lifestealer race car going now. This is going to be a dead panda, most likely, unless he
it's so fast
back to the base. Very fast. Look at us.
He has a lot of friends
trying to bodyguard. He's trying to bodyguard, but you can't. It's just too much damage. But maybe they can turn this around. Maybe because they're a little bit split off from the team, they can make it happen.
Mars?
Armoon gets thrown out. Beautiful Mars Arena. All right, there we go. There's the kill on HFN. They want to get Demon, but he's used his BKB to get out. Chad left behind, gets sliced up by Osita. Or sorry, now he uses his there. Roll forward after Demon. Do they have the dust? Do they have the detection? It's not looking like they do.
I can't quite catch more. A little bit hard to get them, but 2,000 gold almost for that Lifestealer kill. Massive momentum swing, and this was what they needed. This is exactly the kill they wanted. Good patience from them to sit behind and finally bait out. And I think, you know, I was talking about this yesterday when you and I were casting. Sometimes counter ganks are so much stronger than ganks themselves, and this was a nice counter gank. They just sat behind him. It was very close to their own base, so very safe space to fight, and punished this over aggression from NoPing.
I like this too. They picked up a gem. They've given it to Benha, so that way they can try to reduce some of this vision. Also keep tabs on people, especially like the Spirit Breaker or whatnot. And because they had that victory, they're able to push out top, and they're able to put pressure on Roche.
Yeah.
See their second.
Oh, it's an Aghanims too for them. That would be so nice. Give that to Ursa so he doesn't get chain stunned. Did he actually take on someone else?
Yeah,
No.
he's got it.
Yeah,
He's got it. He's just gotta use it.
Yeah, he definitely wants this because now if he gets charged by Spirit Breaker, he can live. So he doesn't need Lincolns anymore.
Maybe that was the plan the whole time.
Yeah, calculated. Also, they have 2 cheeses now.
Yeah, that was what, third?
Yeah.
There it is. Choo-choo. Here comes Demon. I'm gonna try to mess around here with Osita right into the vacuum, but there it is. Beautiful arena here from Nentes. But on the outside, they've got the amount of damage coming out from this Witch Doctor. BKBs are used. They're trying to make some space. Oscar still chasing over here. Really wants Ben has followed up with Demon. Just slamming away over on the Mars. A really nice spear, but it doesn't matter. In comes the Zeus ulti. Gem on the deck.
Yeah, the BKB is coming up there. BKB on Darkseer and on the Spirit Breaker, and then Rage, of course, on Lifestealer. So Arena looked really nice, but it didn't really prevent anyone from moving around or doing what they wanted. You really need to connect the disables. The Blink Hex or the Spear is... it didn't connect this fight.
Do you have buyback on the Pangolier? No buyback from Mars. Still holding on to the Aegis, too. And again, they do have really good means of being able to shove out the waves, but...
Ursa gets rattled.
Down the men.
This looks hard to defend with 2 cores dead. I don't know how they set up as well with their heroes. Ursa's eyeing it though with his Aegis. I think they're waiting for Pango and then attempt.
Yeah, 10 seconds and he's up. They're gonna end up losing this other axe, I think. Although, alright, they're gonna jump in. Another wall getting tossed out. Dismar, he's blown up, so they'll lose the Weaver. Does have buyback. In comes the Pango. Still Double-eliminates, trying to heal up as they make their escape here on the back end.
That was good. Clean push, and then they smoke back, which is, you know, just gonna get them to safety. They could go for a re-go if they want, but there's still Aegis and double cheese on this Radiant here.
They smoke. They're fake backing, I think, aren't they? Seeing who
A little
pushes
bit.
out.
They're just holding high grounds, checking runes. They're keeping the ancients to themselves. But since they're showing lifesteal top, it's pretty obvious where they're playing.
Right. So all right, we've got the Abyssal completed now for HFN. And he's got his race car, Demon, waiting patiently. The damage over here onto Ursa. Turn back around, Voodoo Switcheroo though, buying some more time. That punch. All right, Aegis is down. We'll wait patiently. Cito has got his ultimate. He's rolling on through the BKBs. Do get dropped though, and the wall in the middle of everything. Again, the Serena coming in. They need to get the lockdown though. They're just getting sliced in pieces. Needs to go use that cheese. He does, but it's not gonna be enough. Osita, he's left alone here, trying to use the roll up, trying to do what he can. This is not looking good for him. Still holding on to his own cheese if he wants to try to run out. Couple more hits here. It's gonna be the buyback coming out for Cordell. He's just not going to be able to do much of anything other than try to shove out the wave here with this Mars. This is looking rough right now for MAMUTEROS.
Man, that was dominant. They killed him through the enrage in the first kill there. He used enrage, but he still just took so much damage. The auto attacks coming in from the lifestealer hurt for a lot, and the rest of the damage adding up as well. So he didn't even have enrage after Aegis.
This is looking tough now. Like their initiations are just so good when you have the Spirit Breaker and the car here as they pop back for the panic. He just popped back. He's dead. That's a dieback.
Yeah, they're dead for a long time.
I don't
no
know.
signs of stopping here.
This might be the end.
Yeah, they're going throne. They can't go
What
for
can
mega
they do?
creeps. There's up in 25. That's a little bit
I don't
too
know if that's
slow.
enough though.
Yeah, I mean, he will be up, but the towers are falling before then.
And they need like some sort of lockdown. Like,
Oh,
look
no,
at
Weaver.
this.
Dying as well. Used his buyback. I think now they can reset on NoPing. Are they just gonna keep going? They're thinking about it.
What can they do? I feel like they handled the Ursa so easily last time.
Yeah.
He's gonna be up, but like Mars Arena, he's gotten some great arenas, and it just hasn't felt like they've been able to do enough. All right, we say that. Again, the wall gets dropped down. He'll end up dying. HFN is just fighting through this. He has no fear right now. He's got the harpoon, the jump back in from Osito. HFN, all right, he's starting to feel a little bit scared here. Gonna back out a bit. Sabus doing all the nukes that he can. They'll kill the Ursa. Osito now running for his life. Benjaz on the back line, just getting beaten by Demon. They'll lose Osito, and now Benjaz will be the next to fall. As Dismar trying to run back into the base, he cannot. It will be a NoPing victory. And they have won 2 games now, which means that's the end of MAMUTEROS.
Yeah, because of that late show and the fact that they got the first walk over.